I guess I could fill the coolant loop with this spare petroleum that we've got, because we've got a lot of petroleum backing up there. An awful lot of petroleum backing up. I kind of feel that maybe I should. And so that's exactly what I'm going to do. Once the petroleum has come over here, we no longer need that. If it can't be, can't take priority and enter my plastic storage, then we don't need that petroleum. So we're gonna funnel it all the way over there. Eventually, of course, we want petroleum generators, and I can work on that right now. There we go. And at this point, it is time for us to pretty much completely strip out our old farms. They served us quite well, but ultimately, don't need them anymore. Why is it? There's oil in my iron. Ah, never change. Never change, Arnie. This is fantastic. My plants were growing with oil. Aavak still going. When will you sleep? Eventually. Virtual Anarchy, hello! Welcome to the stream. And a door as well, please. Okay. Gonna want one of these right about there. Going to want to set up the automation as well. Oh, wait. Right, so what is the setup? This is pin 3. That's hydrogen. So, right. So, number 1. This should activate. Probably be one of the first to activate. At a low threshold of 70, high threshold 95. Hydrogen should be. Well, to be honest, we're going to be producing more hydrogen than anything else. So I kind of feel that hydrogen should be one of the first ones to activate. Followed by natural gas, which, again, we are kind of technically producing. Followed then by petroleum, which we are, again, producing, but much less of. And then finally coal, which should really be our last resort. I think that's the way we should set this up. So, we are going to rejig these. My hydrogen generators will read bit 1. Natural gas will read bit 2. Petroleum will read bit 3. And let me just set this up. Dunk. Dunk. The petroleum generators will read bit 4. Sorry, coal generators will read bit 4. That'll be at the top. Petroleum generators down here. There we go. I was just thinking about the pixel painters. I'm really tempted by those. I wonder just how much you can do with them. There we go. Let's bring that down and down there as well. Now, this one is the only one where we're going to straight up control the generators themselves. Because once the generator is being loaded with coal, that's it. You're not getting away from that. But some of the generators, with specifically the hydrogen generator, will always finish his animation. Or rather, sorry, it wasn't the problem with finishing the animation. The coal generators do that. Rather, it was if hydrogen is going into this generator and it turns off, it deletes the hydrogen. So you are actually wasting a resource, which is far less forgivable. And this one needs to be set to 4. There we go. Now, we could bring up the coal generators and hook that all up. The coal generator hookup is, its setup is really actually quite simple. There's nothing particularly complicated with the setup for coal. For now, let's just do it that way. There we go. Now, because I haven't set up the cooling loop as I have down there, this cooling loop should really cool the entire stack of generators. I'm not going to seal this off at the top. I'm going to leave that exposed to the top so it can vent its heat up towards a very cold area, which will hopefully help. I may even replace the walls over here with something that isn't insulated. We'll see about that one. Can you liquefy or solidify oxygen? Yep, you can do both. You can freeze it. Rather, you can condense it into liquid and then freeze it into solid oxygen. How? You just need the temperature for it. Let me get you oxygen. Right. Okay, so it'll liquefy at minus 183C, and it'll solidify at minus 218C. Now that is frozen oxygen, which is different from oxalite, which is a solid form of oxygen that I've actually got around the place. Here, there's a little bit of oxalite right there. Apparently, if you rise the temperature of oxalite to 1409, it becomes magma. And then turns into igneous rock. So, yeah, you can melt your oxalite if you want to. Into magma. How it's cold as a topside air? There isn't any air up there. It's a vacuum, so it's utterly uncold. We'll get some more regolith into the system in a moment. And hopefully we'll be able to get some of this stuff down there as well. There we are. As this gets in there, it'll start helping out a little bit, raising the temperature once the temperature's high enough. I mean, I could start it right now. 150 is not too bad. But I'd rather let that go for a little while. There we are. We have topped up the liquid loop quite well, I would say. I mean, it's not cooling down because it can't, but oh well. Just gonna have to live with that one, I'm afraid. We do need to get some power in there though soon. But once again, we are going to want a liquid shutoff. And we're going to want to set up the petroleum generators now. And there we are. Though we can only set up a few of these. They're smaller as well, though. But in fact, they require how much? 2 of them will fill a... Oh, actually, no. I was going to say 2 of them will fill a gas pipe, so I'm going to be limited on that. They don't, actually. But they do take 2,000 grams. They take 2 tons of petroleum, or, combustible liquid, so ethanol would also work. No, that's 2 kilos. Sorry, it's 2,000 grams, not 2,000 kilograms. I was about 2 tons of petroleum. How was I ever making that much? No, it takes 2 kilos, and a pipe can only accommodate 10. So there's no point in having more than 5 of these in an area. I love the xylophone. So good. So very good. Now, in the event that we aren't able to get any more liquid into the setup over here, I could temporarily just hook it up like this. Now understand, the moment I hook this up, we're actually going to have some... We're going to be power positive with... petroleum, but it's going to be a very brief amount of time we're going to have that. Don't get too excited by this. It is a beautiful lie. I'll take that up to power. Punk. Yeah, Oni does not simulate radiation. Just convection. $11.5 hours? Jeez. I feel like Oni is the worst game to play for that. What? No, it's the best game to play for this stuff. It's glorious. No, we'll leave the Dracula. I don't think we need you. How is the temperature down here, though? It's actually still quite nice. Oh, in fact, temperature's pretty solid in there. I like it. Like it a lot, in fact. That is glorious. And we have more glossy Dracos that we are shearing. Amazing. Maybe time for us to start heading down here, though. Oh, I can sneakily mop it up. That's fantastic news. I say sneaky, like I'm pulling one over on the game. The game knows I'm doing it. It just doesn't care. But I very much want this finished. Let's get that on the go, please. Likewise up here. If I can get to the point that we've got our coal generators running over here, then that will strictly be an upgrade over what we've currently got. That would be very nice. Not gonna lie. How many coal gens could I have in here? Ah, I'm sure I have steel. No, 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 no. Cancel. No, cancel. Also, no. How many of these have I been building out of copper ore? Are all these steel? Oh, thank goodness they're all steel. Oh. That almost caught me off guard. I disapprove. I am going to have to put a roof on this, but I can make it out of a material that can vent. Oh, plate. You're going to trap yourself. No, you're fine. I think that Prince Puff has just been hanging around up here for so long. Look at all the oxalite we have. And because the atmosphere is so thick, it can't off-gas. So it's just sat there. Aavak, Tier 2 or under rail? Thoughts? What should I play? While watching or listening? Klei, I would say Tier 2. I would definitely say Tier 2. I am hopelessly biased in favor of Tier 2, though. I'm not going to pretend I'm not. "16 cycles. 29 cycles. Let's have a look at our report. We added 600 kcal. We removed 21,000. I mean, to be fair, the shovels die over more than one cycle period, so that's going to be some days we're going to add like 30,000 calories or something. Stress change. Well, someone had a reason to be 2% stressed, but in total we removed 341% stress. Disease status, some germs were added. Errands, quite a few. I'll be honest. We spent 50% of our time traveling to jobs. Yeah. Produced plenty of oxygen. And we also actually produced a little bit more power than we used. Wow. That is kind of surprising, I'm not gonna lie. As soon as these bridges are complete, this will kick on. Oh, I'd love to get a big multiplayer game of Tier 2 going. I think it would be wonderful if we could get something like that on the go with the Dappelings. There we go. Now, with that done, yeah, we're going to have to wait until we've got enough steel, which is going to be a while, unfortunately. It's not for a lack of materials, though actually, no, I tell a lie. It is 100% a lack of materials. We do not have eggshells. We do not have fossils. Poop. No, we do have eggshells. I just got to go and collect them. But we need fossils, and I guess this is where we're going to go for them. Oops. go. We're just going to skirt around there. Connect up down here. We may yet find another biome. Sorry, another vent. Well, not a given yet, but it's certainly a possibility. Oh, I hate it when the autosave kicks in just as you're trying to do something, because you're almost always just trying to do something. And then all of a sudden, lags out. Most unsatisfying. I'm going to say let's enter this one from this side. Guess with that. Actually, sounds like we're going to need any of that help. Oh, this is where we're going to get lead and hopefully a decent amount of fossil. Because if not, our steel production is going to have to go the way of the dodo, I'm afraid. I was about to say as well that if you didn't get to the space age fast enough to deal with it, and instead you took your time, would it be possible that you would just basically catch yourself out and then be stuck? You wouldn't be able to go into space because you wouldn't be able to make the ships and the necessary materials to make that happen. But I don't think it is, especially if you've got you know, gift drops from the portal, because you'll eventually get steel. Hey, Casa. Good morning, sweetheart. And no, I'm good for drinks, just for the moment. Thank you very, very much, though. At least the temperature in there is actually starting to climb. Very gently, but it is starting to. And we've actually managed to do a little bit of work down here. At long bloody last. Let's start excavating this place a little bit more aggressively, shall we? I think so, yes. It looks like our dupes are extremely eager to have something to do. There we go. Deconstruct this, and then we'll just strip the rest of this door down. Sorry, this wall, rather. There we go. Now, you're going to be active in 27 cycles. You are going to be active in 14 cycles. Not that long at all, really. I don't need ice. I'll take a snazzy suit, even though I don't need one of those either. That being said, actually, Someone may not be in this nicey suit. Is there anyone not currently? No, everyone has got a snazzy suit. Everyone is ultra snaz. Hydration is important. Drink tea. Oh, don't worry, I've got a drink. I was just saying I don't need a new drink. How's everything going up here? Actually, not too bad. Not bad at all. Now, I imagine that... well, no, actually, this should be able to get rid of them. I could... yeah, you know what? Sure, let's go ahead. We'll drop it down to 160 briefly, just to kickstart the turbines. I should continue to grab the everything and load it up. Not exactly the best use of duplicant labor, but there's a thing. And yeah, we do need that power to start flowing in because we are hurting for it right now. Of course, if my derps would kindly build that, then we might actually be a little bit further along. There we go. Let's get that across. My goodness, it's almost 2 p.m. Mousy Karina, thank you very much for the 21 months. Diolch yn fawr. Thank you so much for the support, everyone. Today's been lovely. Ah, there we go. Petroleum generator is a go. Now, it's going to have a lot of petroleum to use. There is a decent amount of petroleum there. These autosaves. I need to really get my sweep on. Really, I need to clean up all of the random odds and sods that are sat around the place that are slowing the simulation down. It's growing increasingly necessary. "26 cycles. What do you think, chat? Do you reckon we could get in there and rewire this entire area in 26 cycles? I think it might be close. Yep, you reckon we can? We would need to have a whole new set of conveyor loaders, but we could set it up to function effectively the same as this one, which would drastically improve it. What's the worst that could happen, really? Well, I mean, my dupes could get covered in liquid copper, but yeah, I suppose so. All right, well, that's going to be our goal for the next stream then. When we return, and you're going to have to remind me, when we return, we need to get in there and very quickly rejig the system so that instead of just ejecting the copper once this cools enough, we keep the copper in there until it's below a certain threshold of temperature, and then we eject it out to the conveyor chute. that may allow us to have this running at 200 degrees all the time. And it would certainly pull a lot more energy out of the copper. And don't worry, Bag UK, thank you very much, though. We will be doing the gift sub before I leave. But yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with that. We've got this set up. It should work when it runs. We'll have to see. The big thing here is whether it flashes the ice into steam at too high of a temperature and damages any of the equipment in there. I'm really hopeful that it won't. Really hopeful that it won't. And of course, we have finished this. And honestly, it runs a lot better than it did before. A lot better than it did before. I'm pretty happy with how much energy we can pull out of the regolith at this point. And indeed the metals as well. So that's actually pretty cool. And we cool it all down before we drop it off, which is especially nice as well. But there we are. I think that's going to be it for tonight's stream. Now, as everyone in chat has pointed out, we will be doing a gift sub. It'll be a random sub giveaway. Thank you ever so much to Vanya for redeeming their channel points for that. It's no easy task. But for Oni, that's it. If you've got any more Twitch watching left in you, then do stick around and we'll find someone to raid. But if that's it for you, or indeed if you are watching this over in YouTube on my second channel, then thank you very much for joining me. I hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you next time. But until then, do take care.